wanted a more grey world where it wasn't so black and white. We have good people and evil people and nothing in between. I wanted to sort of show that transition of ideology. And I like that contrast. People aren't that simple. You know what I mean? You're not just bad or good, that there's complexity to everyone.
I made myself indispensable, and all the while, I laid the groundwork for my revenge. We call it the Death Star.
Finding a way to care about the characters is really important, and so Jin's personal connection through her father to the Death Star, I think, is the thing that emotionally kind of anchors the entire film.
Jin, if you're listening, my beloved, so much of my life has been wasted.
He plays a very important part in her arc. He is a man who is a scientist. I think if you have an equivalent, it would be Oppenheimer, a man who invents something extremely powerful that can save the human species, but at the same time can do the exact opposite as well.
It's a heartbreaking idea of the father saying, I've been forced to do this terrible thing, and I can't do anything else, but now it falls to you, my only daughter, my only child, to put this right.
It must be destroyed.
I know. We will.
So for that reason, I thought it was a beautiful character by itself, and then it was slung into a Star Wars universe, so who can ask for anything else?
All right, so just be careful of that lovely grate, sir. I don't know if you want to move over that way a little bit, so your head's away from the grate, sir.
Mads is absolutely tremendous. He's a father himself and actually has so many paternal qualities. It was so playful working with him. Every time I would see him, I would just shout, Dad, which I think was a little bit disconcerting, but it was the fact that he was on Jin's side. He's truly in her camp.
He abandoned his project because the Death Star will create peace, but at what cost? That's the thing you have to weigh. Krennic doesn't weigh it. Confusing peace with terror. You have to start somewhere.
There's like a lot of truth about the banality of evil in that statement. For the truly evil mindset, the dictatorial mindset, the road to peace begins with scaring people.
Ideally, you want to worry about the heroes and whether they're going to make it or not. And if you have Darth Vader as the central enemy or foe of our heroes, it means we know he can't die. We know he makes it. It meant inventing a character, the fate of which is unknown to the audience. You know, so when there's conflict in those scenes, you don't know necessarily who's going to make it out alive.
All Imperial forces have been evacuated, and I stand ready to destroy the entire moon.
Krennic's incredibly ambitious, ruthless, and kind of dangerously violent. I like to think of him as kind of this entrepreneur within the Empire. He's got a very big science, high-tech project that he is driving towards ruthlessly.
When Gareth was talking to me about Krennic, one of the things that he talked a lot about was the passion and the investment that the Death Star project has for him. Essentially, he had been the initiator and the driving force of that. It's his life, really. It's his project. It's his everything. What you will see today is only a fraction of our full power.
Ben recognized that he had to find a way to differentiate himself between he and Vader, and I think he did. He actually captured a sense of a character who is intelligent, seemingly has heart, but is very, very ruthless.
Oh, it's beautiful. The problems arise for him once it actually becomes complete. We stand here amidst my achievement, not yours!
Since you are reluctant to provide us with the location of the rebel base, I have chosen to test this station's destructive power on your home planet of Order.
Oh, it's peaceful. We have no weapons. You can't
You will
possibly...
confirm another target, a
military target,
then name the system.
Once you have the Death Star in the film, It's really hard to bolt directly to A New Hope and not see Tarkin, because he pretty much feels like the main guy on the Death Star when we start the original Star Wars.
There, you see Lord Vader? She can be reasonable.
You see Lord Vader? She can be reasonable. She can be reasonable. I'm gleaning everything I can from Cushing's portrayal of him. I'm not a mimic, I'm not an impressionist. It'll be an essence, the way I think Peter Cushing might have approached it. I want to feel I can get within, spitting distance, at least, of the task ahead. It's very daunting, actually, to try to be a famous character in the original film and also to emulate an actor that I had myself admired. I believe I owe you an apology, Director Krennic. It's been bloody frightening, I can tell you. I mean, it's Star Wars.
My first goosebump moment was actually in the camera tests, and then you hear and you come around the corner and he's there.
If you had to reduce Star Wars down to one single image, it's the outline of, Vader's helmet. That's the dark essence, if you like, of the Empire.
It's kind of like the most iconic character in the history of cinema.
Pretty hard to have a bad time when you're with Vader. I mean, let me clarify that. It's really easy to have a bad time when you're with Vader.
Director Krennic.
Lord Vader.
As soon as you put him in a scene, that's all you want to see. It's like really hard to come back from that. You have to be really careful how you use him, because if you bring him in too early in the film, you sort of just want Vader for the rest of the movie.
The Rebel flagship is disabled, my lord, but has received transmissions from the surface.
Prepare a boarding party.
Suddenly your brain is exploding with not only our film, but the other film, which is about to come to life. The door that Darth Vader comes through in A New Hope, I got to film. As a fan, that was an incredible experience.
I can describe it in one word. Goosebumps.